Alright, welcome back to another episode of Kira Kira. In the previous episode, in the middle of our normal school life, we had a dream, which at first I thought was gonna be something stupid, but now it turned out to be Majima's past that was shown for a little bit. How everyone reacted to the virus death and, well, his body. That he didn't show his body to Majima himself. Though that didn't last long because Kirari woke us up like a little goof she is. And we talked about the plan that we made up with Murakami and Tonoya, the performance stuff. But later than that, we found out from school that Chie-nee is sick. So we were worried. We went together with friends to check up on her, but no one answered the home. But then on another day, we tried to give Midori-chan answered our call, brought us to a parfait shop, and in her own way, disturbing might I add, but also sad. Told us in a way to worry about Chie-nee more, cause who knows what she's hiding inside her heart. Oh, and it was mentioned that she was going through troubles thanks to her mother and courts and father and money. But later than that, we tried to contact Chie-nee again, but nothing answered until Chie-nee herself called and made a promise to be more honest with us through some conversations. And other than that, let us continue on, I suppose. If I missed anything, I'm sorry. As per usual, I'm terrible at recaps, but I'm gonna continue on trying to do them. I wonder how much I'm allowed to tell them if he asks me. I just tell Kirari and Kashiwara that she has some family issues, but they don't try to, they don't try and ask any further. They both understand. They both know that there are sensitive issues within Chie-nee's family. Besides, she will be coming to the school tomorrow. They don't need to hear everything from a third person like me.
とにかく早く落ち着くといいですね。
Kashiwara mumbles with a concerned face.
私にはよくわからないですが、ご両親のごたごたってやっぱり辛いものでしょう。
I remember how I felt strange when I visited Kashiwara's house. Her grandfather was there, but her parents were not there. She has actually never spoken about her parents. I'm curious about, but her family is out of the ordinary, and I'm sure she has her own reasons. Plus, if she's not saying anything about it, I shouldn't be asking her about it. Yeah, I hope it gets better. She can't be in this situation for too long. It's terrible if she fails the exam on top of flunking last year. Chie-nee has been an honored student, so she should be able to go to a high-level school if she studies enough. She's nothing like inferior students like Murakami and I. I'm sure that she is studying every time she gets the chance, but she should be concentrating more. I think she should go to a good college because she has the ability.
しえちゃんにはちゃんと進学してほしいな。
Kirari matters, the same thing that is on my mind. As everyone knows, Kirari is also forced to give up college due to her family environment, even though she has very good grades. In her case, it's not like she can use the scholarship. Their parents are both sick, and she thinks coming to school itself is difficult for her. I realize that my former bandmates have serious issues. It's hard to believe that we were able to maintain the band with those kinds of members. Yeah. Perhaps we were able to have fun like that because their everyday life was full of stress. Maybe they were on that glamorous stage in order to find something they were lacking in their everyday life. We change the subject and start talking about the band. They both have big expectations for the last event we're going to have in Obi Academy. Their faces brighten up when they talk about the show. Seeing them like that makes me feel complicated.
パンクロ ヨックはいつだって間違いだらけだけど、それが優しいんです。
Hello? Midori-chan speaks joyfully on the train?
ああいう音楽が味方をするのは、大抵落ちこぼれた人とか寂しい人とか嫌われてる人じゃないですか。
She looks straight into my eyes.
それで擁護してくれるのはいいんですけど、全然理屈が正しくないし、支離滅裂で行き当たりばったりで、だけど妙に明るくてご機嫌でバカっぽいんですよね。だからすごく心が温かくなるんです。私ももっと間違っても大丈夫なんだって、むしろもっと勇気を出して間違っていくべきだって、そう思えるんですよ。
I don't know if you should be making that many mistakes, though. Besides that, how did we end up being without again?
とにかく私もいつかはそういう風になりたいんです。音楽じゃなくても弱い人とか辛い人とか、そういうのを助ける仕事がしたいんです。
I didn't think you had a solid dream like that.
案外って言い方は心外です。韻を踏みつつ怒りますよ。
I'm sorry.
誰だって心に秘めた強い思いってのはあるんですよ。
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, you really love rock music, huh?
そんな他人事みたいに言わないでくださいよ。前島さんだってバンドマンじゃないですか。もっと気合い入れてくださいよ。
But I've already retired. I see you are really into it, though.
でも別にロックバンドだけってわけじゃなくて、私は音楽なら何でも聞くんですよ。
She speaks passionately while looking at me.
部屋を真っ暗にしてヘッドホンをしたまま布団の中に潜り込んで丸くなって目を閉じて、そして音量はすごく大きくするんです。そうすると音楽と二人っきりになったみたいで。
I see Midori-chan standing by the school gate as I'm leaving the school. Ah. Her concerned expression makes me feel worried. I am worried if something bad is going on, and who is she trying to find? Maybe she's waiting for me, but I hope that's not the case. When I greet her lightly and try to pass, she stops me.
相手の女がどんなやつか、これから見に行きましょう。
Midori-chan speaks to me with a serious face. The fire that she did with, I assume? I got lost for a moment, but I quickly figured out that she's talking about Chie-nee's father's lover.
考えれば考えるほどムカムカして仕方がないんです。人の家庭を壊す女ってのはどんな人間だか顔を見てやらないと気が済まないんです。
What are you going to do after seeing her?
どうもしませんよ。ただ見るだけです。前島さんは興味ないんですか？
To be honest, I am curious. Chie-nee's father was a family man, but he risked everything to be with this woman. According to Chie-nee, she is a pretty person too. That makes me more curious. But this is her family's issue, and I feel like I'm violating their privacy if I try to investigate more information. We need modesty as humans. Some things are meant to be left alone.
そんなことないです。
You're right, let's go. Midori-chan rejects my comment.
知ったら知ったで何か千恵さんの力になれることが見つかるかもしれません。敵を知り己を知れば百戦危うからずですよ。
That's interesting.
とにかくこのままじゃスッとしないんです。別に何をするってわけでもないですよ。変なことはしませんよ。前島さんも気になってるかなと思って誘ったんですが、嫌なら別に私一人だって。
There's nothing I can say to change her mind. I can't let her go on her own. She thinks she's not going to do anything, but I can't fully trust her. Alright, let's go. But how are we supposed to find out where she's located? I don't think Chie-nee told her, and I don't know either. It would be difficult to look for her, yoink.
それなら大丈夫です。私の秘密のネットワークを呼び出して、もう調べ上げていますから。
A secret connection, Yakuza.
そうです。私の言うことなら何でも聞く、そういう素敵な仲間たちを、実はこっそりと持ってたんですよ。彼らに急遽調べ上げさせたんです。徹夜で。
Isn't that supposed to be called her minions? I'm sure they are her father's men. But I don't see anything to her. She keeps on speaking proudly.
一人で生きていくのは心配ですからね。呼び寄せておいたんです。でもこれ内緒ですよ。私普通の女の子として生きていくんですから。
I don't think she should be worried about surviving alone in Tokyo. She lived tougher than anyone. And whatever secret connections are watching us from somewhere now, chill. I bet they are. And if she gets in danger, they must come running in here to save her. In that case, I can't be mad at her no matter what she does. Yeah, that means no more thinking about punching her either. I'm on the train with Midori-chan to head towards the destination. We have 20 minutes to arrive, but we quickly ran out of topics to discuss. That's when I ask her about music and she starts talking about it.
大体の音楽好きなんですよ。だけど打ち込みだけは嫌い。大っ嫌い。人間の感じがしないです。音楽はやっぱり人が演奏して人が聴くものですよね。コンピューターの音なんか聞くくらいなら譜面でも見てうなってればいいんですよ。
Hey, it's not all that bad. Unless it's like fully interested for AI to be made. That sounds radical. I'm not an expert, but making music with a computer has its merits too, doesn't it? I tell her what I've heard from Tonya before. The accuracy of a computer is difficult for a person to demonstrate. So using the computer could potentially be the future of music.
デジタルだからダメというのはないと思うな。
That's exactly what Tonya told me before.
例えば文章ってのは本質的にはデジタルな表現形式なわけでしょ。だけど小説とか詩だとかは古くから芸術として認められてる。そりゃ確かにね、小説だって詩だって文章媒体のものは芸術ではないって言ってた人が大昔にいたけど、その論争は結構興味深いよね。でもあれは誰だったっけな。
I remember how Tonya mumbled and got into his own world. Of course, both Murakami and I didn't understand anything about what he was saying, although Murakami was conversing with him as if he did. As I tell Midori-chan about what he was saying, she stopped speaking with an impressed but unsatisfied face. I'm relieved that she's not saying anything back to me.
要するにやる人次第ってことですか？
I guess so. However, that was not my opinion.
わかるような気もしますけど、でも私やっぱり好きじゃないな。
She still looks unsatisfied. If Tonya was here, he'd do probably have more words to make her feel satisfied. But I'm reaching my limit. Then she says her own theory about music, but she has a more solid and composed view of music than me. Her knowledge and opinions are persuasive. I'm impressed because I thought she was more like a fanatic type of girl. I felt this way when I spoke with her in the cafe the other day. But she might be a pretty bright girl in contrast to her outrageous actions. Yeah. I think I'll introduce her to Tonya someday because she's interested in music. And she wants to meet him. They might get along with each other. It's evening now, and the trains are packed because of the rush hour. We are lucky enough to find a seat, but people are pushing each other. Her secret connection won't be able to get her right away in this situation.
こんなに混んでて降りるときはどうすればいいんですか？
She looks at the crowd with concern. You have to break through the crowd saying, "Excuse me."
どいてくれなかったらどうするんですか？
Dab them in the schnoz. Then you have to squeeze through the small gaps and force your way out.
壮絶ですね。
It is what it is. She contorts her face.
私、田舎にいた時はたまに乗る電車結構好きだったんです。ガラガラの電車に乗って前とか後ろを見渡すと面白いんですよ。ドアが開いていると向こうの車両とかその向こうの車両とかが見えて、カーブのたびに電車がくねくねするのがわかるんです。でもこんなに混んでちゃ何も楽しくないですね。
She sighs. It's already dark when we get to our destination. The business should be closing very soon. She might be off work already. But Midori-chan responds with confidence.
その女が働いている家具屋さんは夜8時までやっていて就業時間までいるそうですから大丈夫です。
Oh, really? You know a lot?
ええ、調べましたから。千恵さんのお父さんはインテリアに凝る人なんでしょ。きっとお客さんで訪れて、それでまんまと罠に引っかかったんでしょうね。
What trap?
年齢は26歳。名前は小泉真由紀。ひらがなの名前なんてふざけてますね。
You don't have to criticize her name.
それでもうすぐイスルギ真由紀になるんですよ。まったく本当にふざけてますよね。
They're getting married?
そうらしいですね。
I see. So there's no more turning back, huh? I see here that he's getting remarried. I feel pain in my heart. Is that because I was secretly expecting that he would come back home eventually to get back with his family? Or is it because I feel weird to know that someone else is going to take Chie-nee's matter's place? If I'm feeling this way, Chie-nee should be feeling worse. He left his family in order to become happy with someone else.
顔色が悪いですよ。
Midori-chan looks into my face with excitement. No, I'm not.
そうですか？まあいいです。それよりもどうして千恵さんとこは別れたのに旧姓に戻さないんですかね。
I don't know why. Maybe it's too much trouble to take care of the paperwork and stuff.
そうですかね。私だったら自分たちを捨てた男の名字なんて精神的に耐えられないと思いますけど、呪いをかけるとき自分と同じ名字だと嫌ですしね。
She says scary things with a cool face.
それで女の働いてるお店の詳細なんですが、一点物の高級輸入家具やインテリア小物を扱っているんだそうですよ。女の役職は主任だそうです。若いのにきっと給料もすごくいいんでしょうね。そのいやらしい養殖をさまざまな局面で有効に利用して何不自由なく暮らしてきたに決まってるんだわ。悔しいです。
You say interesting things.
そんなのどうでもいいです。とにかく大体こんな感じの女なんです。 次は家族のことなんですけど、
You dig far more information than what we need to get here, I guess. Yoink also. It's okay. I can't continue to listen to your hateful words. I stopped the conversation. Let's just go see her now. It's better to see her in person rather than getting information like this.
そうですけど、残念です。いっぱい調べたのに。
Right, Miss Detective, I managed to convince her. However, she is still mumbling curse words towards the lady. As we walk down the main street, she points at the building we see in front of us. It's the building we're heading to. I was expecting to see a huge warehouse type of building, but it's a tall but small building. The design of the building is modern, and it looks like it might be a hair salon or something. It's pathetic how all I can think of is hair salons when I see a stylish building. Just like it's difficult for me to enter the fashionable hair salon, it's difficult for me to enter this building. I feel like this place is only for elegant people. I'm not in my school uniform, but I don't think I deserve to go inside with this outfit. What should I say if they look at me with suspicious eyes? Hello. I step in front of the entrance, but Midori-chan steps inside without hesitation. Hey! I'm not emotionally ready. She looks back at me as I hesitate.
何やってるんですか?
She urges me on with an upset face. It's likely that she never felt pressure in an environment like this before. I don't know if it's because I'm too timid or she's too bold, but I can't give up now. I hide my inner intimidation and go inside the store after her. Jazz music is playing quietly inside the store. The place slightly smells like wood. The inside of the store is bigger than I thought, and bright lights are shining their colorful products. I see a female staff member on the floor, and I look at her name tag. But Midori-chan shakes her head because it's not her. There are small items like ornaments and pencil stands near the entrance of the store. They aren't as expensive as I expected. Well, it is expensive, but I was imagining something more like ordinary people can't afford. To be specific, an Italian-made orange and green mug cup is 850 yen. It is expensive, but I can afford this. Maybe I should get something for my sister because her birthday is coming up soon. She makes fun of me usually, but if I give her something so stylish, she might respect me as a brother and rehabilitate as a good sister. In your dreams. As I start looking around at the shelf, Midori-chan pulls my clothes.
この辺りにはいないみたいです。奥に行きましょう。
Can I stay here a little bit more?
ここに何しに来たか分かってますか?
Yoink. I'm not be here because her eyes terrify me. They had the best section in the back. Many beds in different sizes and designs are lined up in the space. The prices are outrageously expensive and there's no way I can afford these. I've seen the prices of the beds at the different home centers, but the prices here is nothing compared to them. I wonder what's so different about these beds here that make them so expensive. I gently touch the mattress, but I still can't tell the difference. I wondered if it's about the design and materials. I tilt my head.
またそんなに熱心に商品ばっかり見て買い物に来たんじゃないんですよ。
But there's so many affordables. I hear her mumble behind me. I know, but it's a natural thing that my eyes are drawn into something I don't see normally. I try to defend myself.
何かお探しですか?
Is that her? A female staff member walks over to us from behind. Oh, well. Oh, pregnant also. As I turn around with surprise, a lady in a kimono-like uniform is standing with a smile. As I look at her chest area, I see a small nameplate that says Koizumi. I look at Midori-chan and nod. It's her? I'm positive. She's not the showy type, but it doesn't mean that she's not beautiful. She smiles softly with her balanced face. I always have a tendency of judging people's personality based on their face, but she doesn't look like a bad person. She has a beautiful smile, and I understand why Chie-nee's father fell for her. However, her face is not the only thing that catches my eyes. Her body is not too thin or too fat, but her stomach is unusually big. I see, Chie-nee's half sibling is inside of her.
そうなんです。私たち新居に置くベッドを探してたんですな。
Midori-chan starts acting elegantly while covering her mouth with her hand. I feel uncomfortable when I see her attitude. Then she grabs my arm tightly. My elbow goes right into her breast, and that makes me feel more panicked. However, she ignores me and continues to speak.
この人と今度同棲するからいい家具が欲しいなって思って。素敵な人でしょ？ すっごくモテるんですよ。
Her attitude is amazing. I know that she is just pretending in order to fool Koizumi-san, but it sounds so realistic that she's almost fooling me. Girls are scary. But at least Midori-chan is scary.
ベッドをお探しなんですか？
She responds kindly. She has no idea about the dark emotion inside Midori-chan's heart.
そうなんですよ。幸福はやっぱり寝床からですよね。だからベッドだけは少し張り込もうと思いまして。
そうですね。それはとても良い考えだと思います。それで、どんなお部屋にお住まいですか？
まだ決めてないんですけど、サイズはセミダブルがいいです。やっぱりこう、夜は思いっきりラブラブしたいんで。
それでしたら、こちらはいかがです？
The way she responds to Midori-chan's straight words with a smile makes me impressed at how professional she is.
シンプルでモダンなデザインで、どんなお部屋にも合いますよ。イギリスのメーカーの製品で、お値段もお手頃ですが。
おしゃれですね。
Midori-chan also has a perfect smile.
私もこの商品はとても気に入っているんです。先月、イギリスの工場まで買い付けに行った時に、
Koizumi-san seems to love talking about furniture. She tries to explain about how wonderful this bed is, but Midori-chan completely cuts her off.
それよりもね、店員さん、私最近困っちゃってるんですよ。
困ってらっしゃるんですか？
She responds to Midori-chan's rude attitude with a smile.
そうなんです。さっきも言ったんですけど、うちのダーリンすごくモテちゃって、こう見えてもバンドですごい人なんですよ。
そうなんですか。それは彼女さんとしては心配ですね。
本当ですよ。本人もフラフラしてるから、あっちこっちからちょっかい出されて心配で心配で。嫌ですよね。人の男を狙うような泥棒猫って。
え？ああ、そうですね。
Oh, shit. That's a head taken by the lady. Koizumi-san seems confused by her obvious sarcasm.
色目なんか使っちゃったりして、全くいやらしいったらないんです。人の幸福を壊すのがそんなに好きなのかしらね。ほっといてくれれば私たちは私たちで幸せにやっていけるのに。聞いてます？
はい。
人間関係を無駄に複雑で錯綜したものにする、こういう人たちがいるから世の中嫌なことばっかりになるんですよ。そう思いませんか？
そうですね。平和で幸福なら、それはずっと続いた方が良いですよね。
ですよね。
She makes the biggest smile on her face. She is really scary.
本当に店員さんが話のわかる人でよかったです。でもそういえば、あなたお腹がちょっと目立ちますけど、それはもしかして？
ああ、はい、そうです。6ヶ月になります。
働いて大丈夫なんですか？産休とか取られないんですか？
出産の6週間前にならないと、有給では休めないんです。
そうなんですか。でも無理しないで休んだ方がいいですよ。旦那さんに頑張ってもらえばいいじゃないですか。それとも休めない事情でも終わりなんですか？
そういうわけではないんですが、ギリギリまで働きたいんです。私、この仕事大好きですし。
Koizumi-san smiles proudly. I bet Midori-chan feels like clicking her tongue to see through her tough opponent, but she continues with her iron smile.
そうですか。しっかりしてますね。店員さんみたいにちゃんとした方がお母さんなら、生まれてくるお子さんもさぞかし誇らしいでしょうね。やっぱり子供にとっては親がちゃんとしてるかどうかってことで 人生がまるっきり変わりますからね。
Koizumi-san's expression becomes a little ragged. Midori-chan goes on with a happy face.
親の生き方というのはそのまま子供の自尊心になるんですよ。社会で認められないような親に生まれたら、それだけでもう性格が歪んじゃって大変。
It sounds like she's talking about herself, but her strong words are full of bitterness. Midori-chan is starting to heat up. I feel like I might have to cut into the conversation, but I don't know how to do that. Koizumi-san is standing there with a complicated face. I bet she is feeling uncomfortable. She was hiding it so well, but now it is slowly showing in her expression. Feeling. She might be suspecting our attention too? The way Midori-chan is acting is too persistent.
子供は親を見て育つって言いますけど、本当ですよ。嘘で取り繕って表面だけ綺麗にしたってね、いつか見抜くんです。生まれてきた子供の一生は呪われることが決まってるんですから。そんな不幸は許されないことなんですよ。この際はっきり言いますけどね、あなた。
She finally points her finger at the lady. I have a very bad feeling about this.
そんな澄ました顔して、裏では一つの平和な家庭をめちゃめちゃに。
She gets to the main issue all of a sudden. I cover her mouth forcefully and talk to the surprised Koizumi-san. I'm sorry, she has a personality disorder about her. We're leaving now. I don't feel like picking our furniture anymore. She is still trying to see something, but I won't let her. I'll leave the store while I drag Midori-chan, who is trying to get away from me. Even after we left, she is still not calming down. I walk while holding her tight. She's saying something, but I ignore her. I want to take her straight to the train station, but people are staring at us as she walks by. I'm dragging around the defiant girl in the middle of the night. I think it's only a matter of time before someone calls the police on me. It's good if it's just the police. What if our men see the situation? Sorry? I start getting scared as I think about that. She takes a deep breath as I let go of her mouth.
なんで言わせてくれないんですか?
She objects to me with a dirty look. Do you know what will happen if you question her like that?
どうなるって言うんですか?
It's going to be uncomfortable?
それぐらいなら言わせてくれたっていいじゃないですか.
Calm down. She didn't seem like a bad person. I felt bad for her because you were blaming her so much.
はあ、やっぱり恐ろしい女。前島さんまでこんな短時間でたぶらかしてしまって。
Well, didn't you feel guilty at all? She shakes her head right and left.
そんなこと全然ないです。やっぱり気に入らなかったです。
Really?
ああいういかにもおとなしい、いい人って顔してて、裏でコソコソする女が一番嫌い。私が好きなのは、普段はとんでもなく嫌な人なんだけど、ここぞでは優しくていい人とか、普段はすごく強そうなんだけど、本当は繊細で可愛らしい、千恵さんみたいな人とか、そういうのなんです。逆は嫌い。くそ、あのメギツネめ。やっぱりぶっ飛ばしてきます。
She stares at the story we just left. Don't do that. I pull her on her sleeve and stop her as she gets ready to take off. That's not going to solve anything.
私の気持ちがすっきりします。
Maybe. But then what? It's still going to make things more complicated.
それに、あんな人間がよくできたような大人びた態度なんかしちゃって、すっごくムカつきます。私の方が正しいのに。これじゃまるで私が間違ってるみたいじゃないですか。
How illogical is that?
文句ありますか?
She looks back and stares at me. Her eyes remind me of her mother. You can't deny the blonde. I try to calm her down with a gesture. I don't think she has had bad intentions. I'm sure your words struck inside her heart.
本当ですか?
She looks at me with an unsatisfied face. Yeah, she seemed to be troubled, so let's just forget it. I think you accomplished what you were trying to do. If we beat her up, you will be in the wrong for sure. I think we left at the right time. So let's call it a day.
嫌です。
Ugh.
だってあんなのにお父さん取られるなんて、あんなのに引っかかるのが父親だなんて、チエさんがかわいそうで、かわいそうで。
I see tears in her eyes. But she's still saying pretty cruel things.
前島さんは何とも思わなかったんですか？
She asks me. I don't know what to say. I did feel uncomfortable. I felt more confused when I found out that she is pregnant. I feel like everything is going to end for sure once Chie-nee's father has a baby with another woman. I think at the time when her family and my family went on a trip together a long time ago. We were so close back then and we had so much fun. Chie-nee won't be able to think back about her memories of family without a pain in her heart. But the new life is already here and there is no turning back. It is too late. Maybe it's impossible for everyone to be happy. I speak with exhaustion.
答えになってません。とにかく悪いことをした人にまず辛い目に遭ってもらわないとバランスが取れないですよ。そんな身勝手な不倫だなんて。
She is still excited? I try to think of a way to calm her down. Yoink. Surprisingly, Koizumi-san appears and starts talking to us. She walks closer to us with a regretful face.
やっぱりイスルギさんと関係のある方々だったんですね。
She asks us with a face full of guilt. We decided to have a talk and enter the cafe nearby, and put a duct tape on Midori-chan, and tie her up. We don't need any fisticuffs out of her. Just kidding. Midori-chan takes a seat with a disgusted face and orders chocolate parfait without looking at the menu. I feel weird that she's ordering parfait in a situation like this, and I order coffee for myself. Koizumi-san also orders the same thing. We tell her that we are Chie-nee's friends. Midori-chan told her that she's their best friend. And we heard pretty much everything about what went on in her family.
今日はやっぱり
I finish her words as she starts talking. You're right. We came here to see what kind of person you are. I'm sorry. I explained before Midori-chan starts saying something outrageous again. Yoink.
いいお友達ですね。
She looks down and smiles weakly.
だってただ見てることなんてできませんよ。すごく大変そうになってますからね。誰かさんのおかげで。
She speaks with a cold voice. She is totally in a confrontational mode. Is she still going to eat parfait with that expression? Yeah.
それは確かにそうです。だからもし私に何か用があってきたのならはっきりお話ししなくちゃいけないと思って、だから遠慮なく言ってください。
Then we have silence. I can't think of anything to ask her. Just hope that Midori-chan won't pick a fight with her.
じゃあ遠慮なく言わせてもらいますけど、
Despite my hopes, Midori-chan opens her mouth.
あなたはこんなことになるって想像もしないで。
As soon as she started talking, our order is served. Chocolate buffet is served in front of her. I'm curious to how she is going to eat the fancy dessert in this negative mood, but she takes the spoon and scuffs it up naturally into her mouth.
家庭に迷惑をかけてしまったことに関しては申し訳ありません。
Koizumi-san speaks with an upset face.
私に謝ったって仕方ないですよ。それに謝るってことは家庭があるのが承知でこんな非常識なことをしたってわけですね。子供たちがどんな気持ちになるか考えなかったんですか？ あなただってもう大人なのに何もわからなかったんですか？想像力が欠如してるとしか言えませんよ。
And I'm young adult dad as well. You know, the way she approaches things, I mean, despite their, like, very nasty attitude, I'm not against Midori with how she approaches things, at least for the most part. What she's saying, persuasively correct. It is persuasively correct, but the fact that she's eating the chocolate parfait makes the whole scene surreal.
はい。返す言葉もありません。
そりゃあ自由恋愛というのはあるかもしれませんよ。でもそれには順序ってものがあるでしょう。ちゃんと相手が別れて話がついてからでもいいでしょ。イスルギさんのお母さんはあなたも訴えるって言ってますよ。
そうですか。そうですね。
どうするつもりですか？
Koizumi-san raises her face up and looks straight into Midori-chan's eyes.
取れる限りの責任を取りたいです。償えるものは償わせていただきたいと思います。
She seems determined.
どうやって取るつもりよ。おじさんを返すっていうの。そんなことをしたってやってしまったことは元に戻らないわ。時間を遡って何もなかったことにできるっていうの。
Midori-chan gets excited.
それはできません。
じゃあ何したって償いにはならないわ。
She spits out her words and eats another scoop of parfait. I guess she's enjoying it. We can't take back what already happened. I cut into the conversation. May I ask you something too? I speak to Koizumi-san as Midori-chan stares at me with an upset face.
はい。
It sounds like you feel bad about what you did to her family. But you're not regretting how you had a relationship with her father?
正直に言うと、そうです。いけないことかもしれませんが、でも、今こうしてあの人と一緒になれたことは、後悔はないです。
I see. Are you guys madly in love?
あの、
Are you guys so happy and kissing all the time? Are you crazy about each other? Whoa.
はい。
She looks down with a shy face. I knew it! I envy you! Here's my voice.
前島さん、何聞いてるんですか？
Dori-chan asks me with an angry face. That's the most part that you'd be most curious about, isn't it?
なりません。
But it's sad if she's still unhappy after destroying someone else's family and got pregnant.
何言ってるんですか？むしろ逆ですよ。他人にひどいことした人なんかみんな呪われて一生もがき苦しめばいいんです。前島さんは誰の味方をするんですか？
Cursed, no. But responsibility taken, yes. I'm not on either side, but I don't have a right to blame her like that. People make mistakes even though they don't mean to harm people.
ないです。あったとしてもその場合だってした人は一生呪われるべきです。
That's too harsh. They can try and make up for their mistake.
よくないです。最初に調和を乱した罪は万死に値します。それをかばう人も同罪です。
Okay. I have a feeling that she's including me as a person who is defending her. I start feeling upset towards her. We have a totally different view. I speak with a cold voice.
そうですね。
She responds with the same tone of voice. Then we stare at each other.
喧嘩はよしましょう。
Koizumi-san tries to calm me down.
誰のせいだと思ってるんですか？
Midori-chan explodes.
もういいです。あなたたちと話すのは無駄だと分かりました。勝手に屍の上の幸福を目指してく ださい。ここはあなたのおごりですよ。
She stands up and walks away with exaggerated footsteps. I think it's exactly like her that she finished a full buffet before she left. We are left alone, but I have nothing else to ask her. I finish my coffee and speak to her. I'm leaving too.
はい。
She nods. I had to defend you because of the way our conversation was going, but it does not mean that I'm on your side.
わかってます。
She responds with a dark expression. Kira. Midori-chan is already gone when I leave the cafe. I assume she went back home alone. I also head back home while thinking about how selfish she is. I realized something as I play with my cell phone on the train. I have a missed call on my phone from Chie-nee. I call her back as soon as I get off the train.
いやね、今さっきこっちに帰ってきたから、よかったら夕食でもどうかなって思って。
That's spontaneous. Did something happen?
いや、そういうわけじゃないけど。
I was expecting to see her at the school, so I suspected something was going on when she called me. I'll tell her okay and head towards her home.
一人でうちでご飯食べるのもなんだかなと思って。でも、こんなんだったら呼ばない方が良かったかな。傘持ってきた？
Yoink. Chie-nee speaks while we look at the pouring rain outside the window.
すごい雨だな。土砂降りだとなんだか不安な気持ちにならない？
She asks me with a contorted face. This won't bother me at all. Anyway, your family didn't come back with you, huh? She looks outside again.
うん。私だけ帰ってきたの。妹たちも学校あるから一緒に帰る予定だったんだけど、あの子たち実家に残ることになっちゃって。
You could have eaten dinner with Midori-chan. She's not home yet?
さっき私の携帯に電話があって、今日は帰らないって。あの子いつもどこを突き歩いてるのかしらね。
I don't know. I guess she's really pissed off.
また何かおかしなことに首突っ込んでるんじゃなければいいけど。
I hope so too. She should be fine. She still has connections with her father's businessmen. As long as they're around her, there's no need for us to be worried about her. We have to be worried about whoever causes her problems. It's scary afterwards.
でもね、あの子案外いい子なのよ。家事もしっかりやってくれるし、妹たちとも楽しそうに遊んでくれるし。
Well, it's good to hear that she's not troubling this place, I guess. And I guess I can relax my guard. I can relax the narrator's guard against one character. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I was thinking that there was gonna be a huge problem in regards to Midori-chan at some point. It might still happen, who really knows? But that is calming down a little bit, and I guess I'm kind of warming up to her myself. I'm not sure at the moment, but maybe. Good or bad, anyways, I think she is a very honest person. I don't dislike her either. That looks like macaroni and cheese. Donut? There is a delivered pizza on the table. The pizza. She asked me what that kind of looks like a macaroni and cheese donut. She asked me what I wanted to eat, so I told her to order this. I was craving for a pizza with mayonnaise and potatoes as the topping. Mayo and potatoes as the topping? I think that's hot take, I guess, for me. I think mayonnaise and potatoes on pizza sucks even more than pineapples on pizza. Sue me, I guess. TV drama is playing on the screen. A handsome guy and a pretty girl are having a spectacular love affair. These stories are rushed out nowadays, but this drama is popular because they are intentionally making something that's outdated. I don't watch dramas on a regular basis, so I don't know what's good about this show. I've been peeping at the TV, but I think this show really sucks.
それよりもさ、今日みどりちゃんと会ったって言ってたけど、一緒に何してたの？
From whom? How? What? Chie-nee asks me as I eat the pizza and watch TV. I promised Midori-chan to keep what happened today a secret, so I respond to her with a lie. I was helping her find a job.
手伝い？バイト探すのに手伝いなんかいるの？
She came to me and told me that she has no idea where to start. I taught her how to write a resume, and how to prepare the ID pictures. I don't know what kind of life she's been having, but everything she does is ridiculous.
ああ、なんか想像つくわ。
I set up a time for an interview for her, but I don't think she will pass.
どういうバイトやるつもりなの？
She wants to be a stylish job like workers in a record store and rock cafes, but I don't know if she can deal with the customers and their co-workers. I told my head. I'm proud of myself that I can lie to her smoothly like this. I think I'll have a bad afterlife. But she needs a lesson. She has to grow up little by little. I decided to change the subject as I start feeling guilty about lying to her. Anyway, you told me you had a fight with your mom? But did you guys make up?
それがね。あ、ピザはもう食べないの？食べないならしまっとくけど。
Yeah, I'm full.
二人じゃちょっと大きかったね。
Pussies. She puts the plastic wrap on top of the pizza and takes it to the refrigerator.
お母さんとは平行線だね。
She speaks as she takes a seat.
どうしても父さんの浮気相手から慰謝料取るって聞かないんだよ。
Why are you so against it? Why don't you let her do whatever she wants to do? I know you don't want to solve this problem with money, but your sisters are still small and you will need money, right?
それはそうなんだけど。どうもね、父さん浮気相手には独身だって嘘ついてたらしいのよね。相手の人はこっちに家族がいるって知らなかったみたい。
Are you sure about that?
話聞いてるとどうもそういう感じがするけど、私は。
I see. Koizumi-san didn't say anything about it when I saw her today. She just accepted our anger and said that she's going to accept the responsibilities. So you can't get compensation from her if that's the case?
そうだって弁護士さんが言ってた。でも母さんは絶対相手は気がついてたはずだって言うのよね。ちょっと調べればわかることだって。これは父さんが相手を守るために嘘ついてるに違いないんだって。
Do you believe that she didn't know your father had a family?
そういう感じするけど。
But like your mom is saying, I think you can find out the truth if you investigate a little. Where was he on Christmas and Valentine's Day? If I was giving her an excuse every time, she should have suspected something about him.
母さんもそう言ってたけど、相手の女の人の感じがそういう雰囲気じゃなかったし、私が甘すぎるのかもしれないけど。
I see. I secretly agree with your opinion. Logically, it makes more sense to suspect that she already knew about the family. But according to what I saw today, she didn't seem like a person who lies.
それに、そんな訴えを起こしたりしたら、また決着まで時間がかかるでしょ？こんなのずっと続けてたら、みんなおかしくなっちゃう。私はね、とにかく早く終わらせたいのよ。
She looks at me, but I can't say anything. I honestly don't know what is right. I understand how she wants to end everything quickly, but I also understand how her mom wants to make everything as clear as possible.
妹たちも、もう全然わがまま言わない。すごくいい子になっちゃったんだよ。あの子たちなりにしっかりしないとって思ったんだろうね。でもね、夜とか布団の中に隠れてこっそり泣いてるの。やっぱりそうなんだよね。
The way she talks calmly makes me realize how serious this issue is. She looks down and goes on.
一応ね、 私は母さんの味方のつもりなんだよ。でもこれじゃダメだと思うんだ。母さんだってただ仕返しがしたいだけで他のことなんか何も考えてないんだもん。相手に嫌な思いさせればあとはどうでもいいって感じ。これ良くないよね。
She looks at me again. Yeah, I agree with you, but I think she has no choice.
そうかな。
Your mom was humiliated, and everything that she planned in her life is now ruined.
それは私もわかるんだけど、もう嫌なんだ私。早く解決して終わりにして、もっと先のあることしたいんだ。過去にしたいのにな。
She sighs. This is complicated. I want to see something better to her, but I can't think of anything.
ごめんね、なんか暗い話して。鹿之助はこんな話は別に聞かなくていいんだよ。
She tries to laugh it off. I'm glad that you are talking to me. I feel concerned when I don't know what is going on.
そっか。
Besides, you promised me you were going to talk to me once you got back. Did you forget? I ask and smile.
うん、そうだね。でも今ちょっと恥ずかしかったんだ。
She scratches her hand as if she is embarrassed. You don't need to feel shy. By the way, do you still see your father? Does he see your sisters too? She shakes her head to my question.
全然。去年家を出てったきり妹たちは一度も会ってないと思う。私はお母さんと付き添いで何回か顔を合わせたけど。
Your mom is not letting him see them?
向こうも会いたいとかそういうのは何も言わないみたい。
She sighs.
なんだかね、お父さんのやることなすこと全部がなんだか私たちみんなの存在自体を無視してるみたいなのがやりきれないよね。私やお母さんや小さい妹たちもみんなお父さんに無価値だって言われちゃったみたいな感じ。
I don't think that's true.
そうなのかな。
She responds, and then we have silence. I realize the TV is off. I guess Chie-nee cut it off with the remote, but that I didn't notice it. As we both become quiet, the sound of rain stands out. As I look at the clock, I realize it's already 9 p.m. I should be heading back home now. Can you lend me an umbrella if you don't mind? I speak brightly, but she won't respond. But don't give me a girl one. Let me use something I can use too. I continue to speak.
ねえ鹿之助、今日はもう少し遅くまでいられないかな。
She asks me as if she is begging.
このところずっとここが他人の家みたいな感じがするの。食器棚も冷蔵庫もテーブルもいつの間にか死体になっちゃったみたい。なんだか怖くて。
We sat next to each other and watched TV. Yawning. She was hesitantly sitting on the corner of the couch at first, so I told her she can sit closer. Now she is sitting right next to me, and I'm starting to feel shy.
小さい時は寂しくなるとよくこうしてくっついて座ったね。
Chie-nee speaks joyfully in her relaxing clothes. When we were children, we used to turn the light off and watch TV like this. But I wonder if we're doing that because we're sad. We were sad. Yoink. Oh my god, we used to play a lot when we were still preschoolers. She used to come to my house around 10 in the morning on Sundays and other holidays. We were taught in kindergarten that it's rude to visit someone's house before 10 a.m. That's why she came right at 10. The summer when her mom was in the hospital to have a baby, she was at my house almost every day. Her grandma was there to help out her mom. But she did not want to stick around because her grandma wasn't nice to her. Her grandma is a pretty strict person. Anyway, they met up in the morning and spent the whole day together. When I look back, she was always smiling for some reason, or crying over small things. I thought she was the type of girl who couldn't hide her emotions, so I never thought she was carrying such sadness inside of her. Maybe she thought she was always told me... Maybe she thought she always told me how she was feeling, but I never realized until the day that she was sad. Perhaps she thinks I was also feeling sad. I don't remember that much, but we were just kids back then. I guess we got sad easily. I used to call her Chie-chan when I was small. I wonder when I changed how I call her now. When I got in elementary school, I realized for the first time that she was older than me. But I think I still called her Chie-chan for a while. When did I stop calling her that? They're showing an excavation site of dinosaur fossils on TV. The show is investigating the real image of ancient creatures with the latest information and computer graphic technology. I like reptiles, such as lizards, but I'm not into the dinosaurs at all. On the other hand, Chie-nee hates snakes, but she loves to tell stories. Because I was hanging out with Chie-nee, I memorized some names of dinosaurs such as Triceratops, Stegosaurus, and Tyrannosaurus as a child. It's been a while since then, but I guess she still hasn't changed regarding that. She is concentrating on a computer graphic picture of a dinosaur called Pochui raptor. According to them, the fossil of this raptor was first found in Pochui, so that's why they call it Pochui raptor. I didn't know there was a dinosaur in ancient Japan. If they were still alive, it would be chaos. I'm glad they are extinct. I start thinking, yeah, free food for them all then.
こういうのって
In this day and
今もど
age.
こかで生き残ってたりしないのかしらね。
Chie-nee speaks with disappointment. I don't think so.
わかんないよ。どこか山奥とかでひっそりと生きてるかもしれない。
No way. If that's the case, it will be on the news already. Even Loch Ness Monster was a fake.
あれは残念だったな。でも鹿之助、昔から嫌いだね。
Don't laugh. These monsters are disgusting. They're bigger than humans.
ゾウだとかキリンは嫌いじゃないじゃん。
I just don't like dinosaurs. Who cares about a reason?
男の子なのにな。
What about you? Why do you still like these things?
かっこいいじゃん。
I don't understand what she means by that. She's such a scaredy cat, but she's fascinated by these awful monsters. There's no point for me to argue with her anymore. I'm just going to be quiet and watch the TV. But I can't concentrate on the show because I'm not interested in it. I start feeling nervous as I feel a warm air around her body. I can also smell something sweet. I wonder if she's wearing something. Yes, a shirt. I'm starting to lose my cool as I think about how she is growing up to be a mature woman. I feel ashamed because this is not the first time for me to be thinking about those things. I had to be by her side with a big heart in order to comfort her tired soul. She wants me to be with her as her childhood friend, Shikanosuke-kun. Not as a horny guy, Maejima Shikanosuke. I don't know about that. The show is on commercial break.
ねえ、
Chie-nee speaks as she watches the TV. I thought she was going to see something about the dinosaurs again.
私最近ね、昔に鹿之助が言ってたことを思い出すんだ。
Something I told you? I look at her face, but she is still looking towards the TV screen. The light from TV is shining up her face in the dark room. She continues to speak.
小学生の時、お葬式から帰ってきて、私に話してくれたでしょ。
I remember. When I started elementary school, my father died. He was not the father I have at home now. Actually, that is my stepfather, and not my biological father. My real father was someone my mom was dating before she got married to my current dad. He was not a very good man, but owned lots of land in rural areas. I don't know much about him, but I guess he was a loser. He was rich, but he didn't take responsibility for the woman he made pregnant. I never met him when he was alive. I just knew that I have a biological father somewhere else. And my dad at home is not my real dad. I imagined about him and thought about him, but I was never sure about him. One day, someone I've never met came to my house saying that he is my relative. I didn't like him, so I kicked him out of the house because he was because he was so bossy towards my mom, and she was getting intimidated by him. He told me that my real father was dead, and I was taken by him to go to his funeral. He took public transportation and arrived at the funeral place. I have no idea where that was, except I remember there were lots of mountains. People seemed to talk with accents, but I still don't know what area it was. My mom should know where it was, but I haven't asked her about it to this day. His house, which was my grandmother's house, was an old building built on a large piece of land. It was a typical household in a country area, and I stayed there for 4 days. According to a relative I met, I looked just like my dead father. My face, the way I spoke, and my attitude resembled him.
やっぱり離れたところで育っても血は争えない。
I remember him saying that to me. Those 4 days weren't very exciting. Nothing seemed right to me, and I was just there with an empty mind. I just realized that I belonged in this strange place, and I didn't belong in that familiar home in Tokyo anymore. But I wasn't sure how I was supposed to feel about it. My grandmother asked me to live with her, but she disgusted me. That was the only time I met the family members from my father's side. I can't even remember their faces anymore. I left early in the morning and came back home by noon. It had been a while since I was home, but I was not very happy. My heart was feeling empty. Chie-nee was waiting for me at home while playing with Yoka. I guess that moment is what she is referring to right now.
なんで急に出かけちゃうの？遊ぶって約束してたじゃない。
She got mad at me as I stood there in my morning clothes. I laughed as I saw her angry face. I realized I didn't see her for 4 days. Then I went out to play with her without getting changed. That's when I spoke to her about my past 4 days. This was my first and only time I spoke to someone else about my family situation. I didn't mean to talk about it at that time either, but I guess I was exhausted. I confessed everything about my life. When I was done, Chie-nee was crying. I don't know why she was crying, because it was not about her. But besides, I wasn't feeling that sad about it. Anyway, it was the fact that I made her cry. I put my hand on her shoulders and said something to comfort her. Don't cry. This is not about you, Chie-chan. That's right. I was still calling her Chie-chan at the time. It's not that sad. A person who died was someone I didn't know at all. Nothing happened to me, and it's not sad to know that a stranger died. I think I said something else to her, but she continued to cry no matter what I said to her. The park we were at is not a parking lot. We were there alone, not knowing what to do. I lost my words and decided to wait until Chie-nee stopped crying. Chie-nee talked to me while crying.
そうなの。とても耐えられない。そんなの悲しいよ。どうしてそんなことになっちゃうの？
She hugged me and cried even harder. She rubbed her head. What can we do? Many difficult things happen in a grown-up world. We just have to get used to this world little by little. She continued to cry. But I think it's not that difficult to get used to this. I guess this phrase is what Chie-nee has been thinking about lately. Did I say that? Yoink. As I pretend like I don't remember, she looks at me.
言ったよ。
She looks serious.
思い出すたびになんだか悲しくなっちゃって涙が出るの。
What's that supposed to mean?
あんな悲しいこと言う子供なんてダメだよ。
What can I do? That's a thing of past.
鹿之助がダメなわけじゃないけど。
Her eyes are starting to get teary. I look away from her because I feel shy. It was not a big deal. Kids use words without knowing what it really means. I probably heard that phrase on TV or something.
そうかな。でも鹿之助ってそういうところあるよ。
You think so?
うん。いつも冗談ばかり言ってるけどなんだか冷静じゃん。というか冷めてる。
I don't know.
でも本当のお父さんがいないって本当に悲しくないの？世の中を憎んだりしなかった？まるっきり何も思わなかったの？
She looks at me with a serious face. I don't remember. But why are you being so passionate about it?
茶化さないで。聞きたいなってずっと思ってたことなの。
I sigh again. She looks straight into my eyes with a serious look. Hey, Chie-nee, it's not a big deal. You get exhausted when your heart is full of hatred, right? When you are exhausted, you'll do something wrong. I don't want to hold a grudge against anything if I can. I hate being exhausted. Plus, there's nothing I can do if I feel bitter about this world.
なんだか納得できない。はぐらかされたような気がする。
But I have nothing else to say. As I respond, she looks at me with an upset face.
鹿之助は嘘をついてるよ。
Am I? But I'm not saying anything weird. This is an ordinary way of thinking.
そうかもしれないけどさ。
She curls her eyebrows. You seem unsatisfied.
そうだよ。私の性格って昔からめんどくさいところがあるのよね。
She sighs.
いつまでこんななんだろうね。どうやったら大人になれるんだろう。子供の時はね、もうちょっと上手に年が取れると思ってたんだけどな。年を取るのも難しいもんだ。
She mumbles as if she's talking to herself. The show about the dinosaurs is over, and my favorite show about traveling is on now. Although the program is about traveling, there is no reporter guiding the show. The camera shows relaxing views of a foreign country from the window of a train. The show goes on with a minimal amount of narration.
綺麗な景色だけど、見てると眠くなるね。
Chie-nee speaks and that might be the comment for most of the people who watch the show. But I like this program. It's way more exciting than the show about dinosaurs. Yeah, you little baby, shut up. You can sleep if you want. I concentrate on the screen.
なんか冷たいな。
She complains, but I don't care. I suddenly realize there is no distance between Chie-nee and me anymore, and our shoulders are touching each other. I don't feel shy at all now. I guess it's like we're back in old times. The show is traveling in the snowfield in Russia. The train moves forward in the big empty snowfield. A girl with red curly hair is selling pirogue at the station. I'll go with that later. Steam comes out as she breaks it in half. It looks delicious. I want to go eat Russian food as soon as the exam is over and when I start working again. We eat all kinds of specialties during the summer tour too. More specifically, karate forced me to eat those things. but I guess it was a good experience. As I watched the beautiful view of the harsh northern land, Chie-nee suddenly moves and something cold touches my cheek. I am surprised. What did you just do? I look at her, but she continues to giggle.
秘密。
That's all she says. She has a can of cold Pochui in her hand. I'm sure she pressed it against my face. Fine. I look back at the TV. Oh, that looks good. She also starts to watch the TV and it becomes quiet. The can of Pochui is now at the table. It's time for a revenge. I never forget to pay people back. I take the can quickly and do the same thing she did to me to her face. She is surprised.
何するの？
She asks me, but the can is back at the table by then. What is it? I pretend like I don't know anything.
ふーん、そういう態度なんだ。
They're going to the Ukraine tomorrow. Right after Russian was mentioned. Oh, I don't know much about Ukraine. I mentioned as I continue to watch TV. What a fucking coincidence is this? But she becomes quiet and I thought I won, but the next moment I feel something weird around my stomach. Shit! I raise my voice and she tickles me.
すごいリアクション。
She's laughing? What are you doing to me? I grab her hand as she tries to continue tickling me.
相変わらずくすぐったがりだな、鹿之助は。
Anyone would be surprised if they're tickled like that.
そうかな。
I reach my hand towards her as she tilts her head.
こら。
She tries to get rid of my arm, but I won't let her. I'm on my hips to slip my hands under her arms and tickle her. I move my hips to slip my hands under her arms and tickle her over the sweater.
ちょ、
She cries out and tries to escape, but I continue to tickle her. I jump on her body and tickle her sides. She twists her legs and reacts to the sensation.
ちょっと。
Do you understand how this feels now?
わかったから、やめて。
Never! I start enjoying her reaction and ignore her pleading. She is giggling so hard with tears, but I don't let go of her. I grab her wrist and push her down on the couch. There! Oh damn! Yoink! I am on top of her. I am on top of her body, and she is pinned under me. She tries hard to escape, but her wrist is held down, and she can't move. Then I come back to myself all of a sudden. We're not kids anymore? If I hold her down like this with all my power, there is no way she can get away from me. This is not a game anymore. Her sweater is rolled up, and I can almost see her stomach and shoulder. I am completely on top of her. It's as if I'm getting ready to... Chie-nee's eyes are full of tears. I wondered if she's scared at all. I don't know if I'm sure that I don't have any violent thoughts inside of my mind. Our bodies are not the only things that grew up. Our hearts are also not as innocent as they used to be. I thought nothing had changed between us, but we are definitely different now. My loot thought disappears like the tide of a wave, and my heart is filled with guilt. Then I let go of her wrist. I tried to get off her body.
なんて顔してるの？
She is looking into my face. Nothing. I move my face to make a smile so she won't read my thoughts. But it might be too late. I see a sad expression on her face and I realize it was too late. She shifts her free hand and grabs my hand.
そんな顔しないでよ。
She smiles. I look at her face with a serious face. She is still smiling softly.
寂しいよね。
I agree with her. We used to stay together all the time and play like two little puppies. Those days were so warm and peaceful. But now that we're grown up, it's becoming a bad thing to do. Even if you don't feel that way, society defines us in different ways. Then our feelings also gradually change. That's how we were forced out of that utopia little by little. I remember those happy times, but I also understand that we can never go back there. I can't face her with the same pure feelings as before. I think it's the same for Chie-nee too. We make eye contact with each other. She won't see anything. And I don't know what to say either. I start to get up.
離れないで。
She grabs my clothes as I try to get off. As I try to look at her face, she avoids my eyes and I press her face against my chest. Yoink. Then she wraps her arms around my back and hugs me. But...
ちょっとだけ我慢してほしいの。なんだかね、最近すぐ不安な気持ちになっちゃって。
Then her back starts shaking rapidly. I think she is crying. I don't want to crush her body, so I move over to the side so we lay on our sides. Then I wrap my arm around her shaking shoulder. I listen to the sound of the TV and wait for her to calm down. She's been keeping her emotions by herself. She never showed her true feeling to anyone for the whole year. She starts calming down eventually.
ごめんね。鹿之助の顔見てたら急に感情がいっぱい出てきちゃった。
She speaks while pressing her face against my chest. You don't have to apologize. My face probably stimulated your emotions.
そうだね。そうかもしれないね。
Her voice cracks up. I think she is smiling.
もう少しこうしてていい？
Yeah. She moves her face a little bit as I respond.
ありがとう。落ち着くんだ。昔を思い出す。
She moves her arms around my body and presses her body against mine. It is already past 11 p.m. I told my parents that I am hanging out at Murakami's place, but they should start getting worried soon. I have to go home soon. But I can't leave her alone vulnerable like this. She rarely acts this way, and I want to be here for her. My left arm under her body is starting to feel numb, but I remain in that position. There is a boy that can't let go of his blanket on a famous American cartoon. This may sound crazy, but I feel like I became that blanket. The blanket I won't move even if it starts feeling numb. The air in the room is starting to get very cold. However, our bodies are very warm. The rain is getting heavier and it loudly taps on the roof.
ね
Chie-nee speaks with me. She sounds calmer than before.
え、私ね、小さい時から鹿之助のことが好きだったの。
What? I try to get up, but she refuses to let me go. Yeah, sit the fuck down, please.
恥ずかしいから顔見られたくない。何も言わないで聞いて。
You're just messing with me like always, right?
こんな状況で冗談なんか言わないよ。
She's right. As I get back into my position, she continues to talk while pressing her face against my chest.
私はやっぱり執念深いんだと思う。鹿之助に恋人ができた時も、あんまり会わなくなった時も、気持ちはずっと変わらなかった。ずっとね、気持ちを変えられなかったんだ。
I opened my mouth, but I remember how she told me not to see anything. I swallow my words. However, Chie-nee stopped speaking and became quiet. Childhood friends are complicated. They're pretty close to a family member. I can see the wall built in between us. He just threw a rock over to my side of the wall. She is waiting for my answer. I am feeling confused and nervous. We can't go back to our innocent childhood, but we can move forward. Breaking our innocent memories and building our new relationship is one of our options. How stupid am I to finally realize that? I always believed that Chie-nee and I would stay together as childhood friends forever. As I continue to feel confused, she starts speaking again.
でも好きだったけど多分無理だろうなって。鹿之助は私のことなんか好きにならないなって、それも小さい時からずっと思ってたんだよ。私が本当に欲しいものってね、絶対手に入らないような気がするの。
She sounds very calm. I feel something warm coming out from my eyes. Huh? As I catch it with my hand, I see a drop of warm water. It's tear. This is strange. I never cried as long as I can remember. This is weird. My voice is shaking. I bet my chest is shaking too. She looks up at me and looks at my face. Drops of tears are coming out continuously from my eyes, and my cheeks are getting wet.
あなたが泣いてるの初めて見た。
She looks surprised. I'm surprised too. What happened to me? Sounds like I was feeling emotional, but it just came out naturally. It's strange.
そうなんだ。
She reaches out her hand and touches my cheek. Her finger gets wet from my tears.
こんなこと言うのいけないかもしれないけど、なんか嬉しいな。
She smiles innocently. It's the same smile she had since childhood. Want to become a couple? The words came out smoothly from my mouth.
Eh?
She sounds surprised. She slowly nods. I feel like your simple nod changed the world. Everything is moving towards a different direction, and I am now in an unknown world.
なんだろうこれ。本当に現実なのかな。
She feels the same way too. She presses her face against me again. I hold her tighter than before. Then we stay that way for a while. My tears have stopped, and I'm starting to calm down. But another problem occurs. I smell a sweet scent from her body, and her warm, soft sensation is giving me an uncontrollable feeling. Now that she accepted me, I don't feel as guilty as before, but I can't control myself at all. If this was a movie, the scene is supposed to fade out after she accepted my confession. Then the scene skips to the next morning as if nothing bad had happened. Oh, that's without a patch. My guy. Unfortunately, when did I realize that I was playing the patch version? By the patch, I mean with the adult content. Once Kashiwara's that's were out. Then I realized, yeah, I'm not playing a normal version. But that's not how it works in reality. She's going through a rough time now, and that's why I'm holding her like this. I can't act irrational right now. I hate myself for being so immature. In contrast to my emotions, something bad is starting to happen. My body is starting to react. This is a natural thing to happen for a healthy young man like me. I am a romantic person, so I don't really want to talk about these crude things about myself. I just want to talk about mental and intellectual things, but people are powerless. What I need now is not words to cover this up. I need to take action so that she won't find out what's going on. However, I can't interrupt her romantic mood now. Her body is touching against mine right now, and my sensitive region is close to her stomach area. My back is against the crotch, so I can't back up my body. I have nowhere to escape. Help, help, help. The soft texture of my jeans is camouflaging it for now, but she will notice it sooner or later. I have to do something. I decide to slowly change my position. I'll be careful and make sure my crotch does not rub against her in any way. But I totally forgot that my right arm was numb. I can't put energy in my right arm at all. As I move my body, she almost falls off from the couch. I try to grab her with my left arm, but we both end up falling on the floor. This might seem like a comedy show from a third person's point of view, but it all happened because I was overly concerned about many small things. Fortunately, my body was under her body.
大丈夫？
Chie-nee is in a panic. I hit the back of my head on the floor and I feel dizzy, but I can't make her feel worried. Yeah, I'm alright.
ごめんね。
She gets off my body?
怪我はなかった。
Oh, no. Oh, wait, in the middle of this? Can I get any option? Let me get to the gun, I guess. Sickest part, you have to wash the sheets later.
明日の朝洗濯するよ。でも、今日はいろいろあった一日だな。朝は夜にこんな風になってるなんて、想像もしなかったよ。
Me neither? Either?
私はもう、処女じゃないんだね。
Are you disappointed?
相手が鹿之助だったら全然構わないよ。でもさ、悪いことが突然起こるってのはよくあるけど、いいことが突然起こったのは初めてだな。
Was today a good day for you?
当たり前だよ。
She nods while staring at the ceiling.
鹿之助は、私がどんなことを思って今日まで過ごしてきたか、知らないんだよ。
What were you feeling?
知らない。
She frowns. Oh, okay. I laugh at her. But what happened today is not a special thing. This was meant to happen between us.
そうかな。私はそうは思ってなかったよ。絶対ないだろうって思ってた。今も恋人同士だって言っても、あんまり実感がない。
Well, I never expected this either, but now that we're here, I think we were destined to be this way.
本当に？付き合うって言ったこと、後悔してない？
Of course not, silly.
だって不安なんだもの。
Don't be worried. I respond as I watch your ceiling. Your fear will go away soon. We're going to be very busy from now on.
そうだね。
Busy making 10 children. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode here. For the love of God, don't end me in like 10 fucking minutes just so I jump straight into doing her bad end. Wait, does she have a bad ending? Alright, she doesn't have a bad ending nor a normal ending. I've just checked the gallery and I don't think we have much left to go through her route, unfortunately, but I hope it doesn't soon. I hope it doesn't end soon in the next episode. I'm gonna be honest, I don't want it for that to happen just yet. And other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in another episode real soon.